Your time starts now. What breakfast cereal mascot commands the SS Guppy?
Captain Crunch.
Correct. What ancient Egyptian god was ruler of the underworld?
Osiris.
Correct. Pickett's charge took place during what U.S. Civil War battle?
Gettysburg.
Correct. What 1985 Brat Pack movie shares its name with a glow seen during a storm?
St. Elmo's Fire.
Correct. In the 1920s, what woman founded what would eventually become Planned Parenthood?
Susan B. Anthony.
Margaret Sanger. The historic sanctuary of Machu Picchu is located in what country?
Peru.
Correct. On what current TV series does Kerry Washington play a character named Olivia Pope?
The Americans.
Scandal. What lifelong bachelor retired from the U.S. Supreme Court in 2009 at age 69?
Pass.
David Souter. In the story Flowers for Algernon, Algernon is what animal?
A tiger.
Mouse. In 1888, Cecil Rhodes co-founded what South African diamond company?
De Beers.
Correct. What famed rock musician named his children Dweezil and Moon Unit?
Zappa.
Correct. What's the one-word Latin motto of Harvard University? The answer was Veritas. Your time starts now. In Chinese philosophy, what is the balancing force to the yin?
Yang.
Correct. The 2014 series Cosmos was hosted by what astronomer?
DeGrasse.
Tyson. What U.S. state's official nickname is the Sooner State?
Oklahoma.
Correct. What 1971 film opens with Alex and his droogs at the Korova Milk
Clockwork
Bar?
Orange.
Correct. Initiated by the Soviet Union, what mutual defense treaty was signed May 14th, 1955?
The Warsaw Pact.
Correct. The title of what Claude Debussy composition is French for moonlight?
Eau de Cologne.
No, Claire de Lune. Artist Salvador Dali was born in what country?
USA.
Spain. What three-time presidential candidate was known as the Great Commoner?
Roosevelt. Teddy.
William Jennings Bryan. What fruit is found in the title of a 1961 children's book by Roald Dahl?
Peach.
Correct. What's the more common name for bovine spongiform encephalopathy?
Foot and mouth disease.
Mad cow disease. What line of household containers originally had a patented seal that burped?
Tupperware.
Correct. Referred to as a sea, what landlocked body of water is the world's largest by area? The Caspian Sea. Your time starts now. On what classic TV sitcom would you see the coffin car Dragula?
Munsters.
Correct. Who abdicated the throne in 1917, becoming the last Tsar of Russia?
Nicholas.
More information?
Nicholas II?
Yes, correct. The name of what wooden stacking game is a Swahili word meaning to build?
Jenga.
Correct. What was the famous nickname of jazz trumpeter John Burks Gillespie?
Dizzy.
Correct. In 2013, Jamie Dimon was paid $20 million for his work as CEO of what company?
PayPal.
JP Morgan Chase. Used to identify clans, what plaid fabric design has a Scottish national registry?
Tartan.
Correct. Who invented the ice resurfacing machine for hockey rinks?
Zamboni.
Correct. What U.S. cabinet department was established in 2002?
Homeland Security.
Correct. In the Scarlet Letter, who's the mother of Pearl?
Agnetha.
Hester Prynne. What order of Catholic priests uses the letters S.J. after their names?
Yes.
Jesuits was the answer. Your time begins now. After breaking a hip, who canceled the rest of her 2013 Born This Way ball tour?
Lady Gaga.
Correct. What 20th century U.S. president has 4 syllables in his last name?
Pass.
Eisenhower. Prosciutto is a cured type of what pork product?
Ham.
Correct. In the 2012 film Marvel's The Avengers, what actor played Hulk?
Pass.
Mark Ruffalo. What author died just months after the publication of her only book, Black Beauty?
Pass.
Anna Sewell. What baseball team won its last World Series in 1908?
Chicago Cubs.
Correct. What U.S. college began in 1879 as a Harvard annex for women's instruction?
Radcliffe.
Correct. What 2014 HBO series starred Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey?
True Detective.
Correct. What primates live in the wild only in the Comoros Islands and Madagascar?
Koalas.
Lemurs. If you buy a pair of $200 shoes for 25% off, how much do you save?
$50.
Correct. What brand of gin was named for a type of guard at the Tower of London?
Beefeater.
Correct. General Sherman, the world's largest tree by volume, is in what California National Park?
Sequoia.
So close. Yes, the answer was Sequoia. Your time starts now. What 2013 film stars George Clooney and Sandra Bullock as astronauts?
Gravity.
Correct. What wafer candy bar was first sold in 1935 as Roundtree's Chocolate Crisp?
Kit Kat.
Correct. What U.S. president commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Pass.
Thomas Jefferson. Who earned over $70 million in royalties for writing the theme music to Jeopardy?
Paul Williams.
Merv Griffin. What author wrote the 1982 novel The Color Purple?
Alice Walker.
Correct. Joe Montana led what team to 4 Super Bowl victories?
49ers.
Correct. The Mason-Dixon line forms most of the border between Maryland and what state?
Pass.
Pennsylvania. What woman became chair of the Federal Reserve in 2014?
Pass.
Janet Yellen. What 18th century portrait artist painted the Blue Boy?
Oh, pass.
Thomas Gainsborough. In 1956, what world famous magician was born David Kotkin?
Harry Houdini.
David Copperfield. What member of the gourd family has varieties such as cassava and honeydew?
Melon.
Correct. What straw? Your time starts now. On The Simpsons, what's the name of Homer's youngest daughter?
Maggie.
Correct. What highway runs from Alaska to the southern tip of South America?
Pass.
Pan American Highway. Who's the narrator of the novel Catcher in the Rye?
Holden Caulfield.
Correct. Set in Mississippi in the 60s, what film starred Viola Davis as Abilene?
Mississippi Burning.
The Help. What legendary engineer drove a train called the Cannonball Express?
Pass.
Casey Jones. A traditional kamikaze cocktail is made with triple sec lime juice and what liquor?
Vodka.
Correct. What Swedish car manufacturer ceased production?
Saab.
Correct. Who created the comic strip The Family Circus?
Pass.
Bill Keane. The song Take 5 was a giant hit for whose legendary jazz quartet?
Dave Brubeck.
Correct. What billionaire businessman co-owns the Miss Universe organization?
Donald Trump.
Correct. 40% of America's blood supply is provided by what charitable organization?
Red Cross.
Correct. The letter I in zip code stands for what?
Pass.
Improvement. What actress stars as Suki on True Blood and The Pathway? Your time starts now. In what 1976 film does Robert De Niro's character say, "You talking to me"?
Taxi driver.
Correct. Worn by South Asian women, what small decorative dot adorns the
Bindi.
forehead? Correct. What band released the album Pet Sounds?
The Beach Boys.
Correct. What type of outdoor chair was named for the mountains of upstate New York?
Adirondack.
Correct. The Federal National Mortgage Association is commonly called what two-word name?
Freddie Mac.
Fannie Mae. What socialite trademarked the phrase, "That's hot"?
Paris Hilton.
Correct. Marc Jacobs was the artistic director of what company known for its monogrammed bags?
Chanel.
Louis Vuitton. What religious leader is the host of MSNBC's Politics Nation?
Deepak Chopra.
Reverend Al Sharpton. Which British ocean liner was sunk by a German torpedo in 1915?
Lusitania.
Correct. What late North Korean dictator wore 5-inch heels to make himself seem taller?
Kim Jong-il.
Correct. In what comic strip is Mr. Wilson the neighbor of a mischievous
Dennis
blonde boy?
Menace.
Correct. What famed author wrote 7 of his books under the pen name Richard Bachman?
Stephen King.
Correct. The Cayenne is a model of SUV from what car maker?
Porsche.
Correct. Yes! Your time starts now. In 2011, Alec Baldwin was removed from a flight after playing what game?
Words with Friends.
Correct. What Talking Head song begins and you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack?
Pass.
Once in a lifetime. What's the name of ESPN's annual extreme sports competition?
The X Games.
Correct. Since 2011, what's the name of the largest drink size at Starbucks?
Venti.
Trenta. In what modern country are the ruins of ancient Troy?
Turkey.
Correct. What phrase from The Godfather was the name of the strip club on The Sopranos?
Bada Bing.
Correct. At Bill Clinton's inauguration, what poet recited On the Pulse of Morning?
Maya Angelou.
Correct. In 2002, what pioneering social website did Jonathan Abrams start?
MySpace.
Friendster. What suffragist was the first woman to have her image put on U.S. dollar coins?
Susan B. Anthony.
Correct. What organization was founded in 1892 with John Muir as its president?
Oh my gosh, my school's named after John Muir. Why don't I know this? The Birch Society. No.
Sierra Club. In the common texting abbreviation LOL, what does the O stand for?
Oh, well, out.
Unfortunately, the correct answer is
I teach at John.
Your time starts now. What astronomer's name is repeated in the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody?
Galileo.
Correct. Who immediately preceded John Roberts as Chief Justice of the United States?
Rehnquist.
Correct. In yoga, the body's 7 main energy centers are called what?
Chi.
Chakras. Catherine Bigelow won an Oscar for directing
The
her
Hurt Locker.
2009 film. Correct. Actress Sigourney Weaver's father was president of what TV network in the 1950s?
NBC.
Correct. Legendary lover Casanova was said to eat what shellfish by the dozen?
Oysters.
Correct. What vice president faced off against Khrushchev in the famous kitchen debate?
Pass.
Nixon. Which Led Zeppelin drummer died in 1980?
Pass.
Bonham. In 1997, IBM's Deep Blue computer beat what Russian chess
Kasparov.
grandmaster? Correct. 1978, what famous French entertainer founded his own school of pantomime in Paris?
Marcel Marceau.
Correct. How many total zeros are found in the number 10,000?
4.
Correct. What car maker is named for the daughter of German businessman Emil Jelinek?
Mercedes.
Correct. What hair color trend comes from the French word for shade?
Umbra.
Correct. Aubrey! Your time starts now. In 1987, Phil Simms was the first to say, "I'm going to Disneyland" after what event?
He won the Super Bowl.
Correct. What's the only New England state that does not touch the Atlantic Ocean?
Vermont.
Correct. Meaning man-powered carriage, what vehicle originated in Japan?
Rickshaw.
Correct. What pickled green flower bud is an ingredient in chicken piccata?
Pass.
Caper. Born in Germany, what man started earning his fortune with the American Fur Company?
Pass.
John Jacob Astor. What 2012 Jonah Hill movie was based on a Johnny Depp television series?
21 Jump Street.
Correct. Reminiscent of an opera character, what's France's oldest existing daily newspaper?
The Gazette.
Le Figaro. The famous VJ Day photo of a sailor kissing a lady was taken by what photographer?
Pass.
Alfred Eisenstadt. What Toronto mayor was embroiled in scandal in 2013?
Pass.
Time, Rob Ford. Your time starts now. On what part of the body are espadrilles normally worn?
Feet.
Correct. What 1987 movie flop shares its name with the Babylonian goddess of love and war?
Cleopatra.
Ishtar. What online company's mascot is a roaming garden gnome?
Travelocity.
Correct. Which of Seinfeld's four main stars was an 80s cast member on Saturday Night Live?
Kelsey Grammer.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Fermina meets Florentino at midnight mass in what Gabriel Garcia Marquez novel?
Pass.
Love in the Time of Cholera. In slang terms, 2 bits refers to how much money?
$1.
25 cents. George is the first name of what convicted organizer of the Watergate break-in?
Pass.
G. Gordon Liddy. What indie pop band's lead singer is Nate Roos?
Fun.
Correct. What female monarch reigned longer than any other woman in history?
Elizabeth.
Queen Victoria. Chinese basketball star Yao Ming played for what NBA team?
Rockets.
Correct. Nice. Your time starts now. What fast food company's slogan is Eat Fresh?
Subway.
Correct. What 2013 Meryl Streep film is based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning play by Tracy Letts?
Pass.
August Osage County. If you're a high roller in Las Vegas, you're referred to as what ocean creature?
A whale.
Correct. What singer broke up with her fiancé Liam Hemsworth in 2013?
Pass.
Miley Cyrus. In the Western Christian Church, what festival is celebrated 12 days after Christmas?
Pass.
Epiphany. For over 90 years, Converse has made an all-star shoe named for whom?
Chuck Taylor.
Correct. The career of Ari Gold and his client were part of what HBO
Entourage.
series? Correct. What romance novelist was the step-grandmother of Princess Diana?
Pass.
Barbara Cartland. Who recorded Who Can I Turn To with Queen Latifah on his Duets 2 album?
Pass.
Tony Bennett. Who must be on board a U.S. plane if it has the official designation Air Force 2?
The Vice President.
Correct. What the best-selling U.S. Christmas toy of 1996 was a Tickle Me version of whom? Elmo. Your time starts now. What's the first word of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address?
Pass.
4. What Strauss opera revolves around a masked ball and a man dressed as a bat?
Pass.
Deflator Mouse. What sitcom centered on a Chicago family and their nerdy neighbor Steve Urkel?
Family Matters.
Correct. Pulitzer Prize winners are officially announced by what Ivy League school?
Yale.
Columbia University. Completed in 1935, what building is located at 1 First Street in Washington, D.C.?
The Capitol.
Supreme Court. Whose 2010 album Doo-Wops and Hooligans includes the hit song Grenade?
Pass.
Bruno Mars. A boysenberry is a cross between a blackberry, a loganberry, and what?
Raspberry.
Correct. The detective novel A is for Alibi was written by what female author?
Gretchen.
Correct. In what 1980 comedy does Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play the co-pilot?
Airplane.
Correct. Yes. Your time starts now. What company's slogan is when you care enough to send the very best?
Hallmark.
Correct. What lawyer defends Tom Robinson in the novel To Kill a Mockingbird?
Atticus Finch.
Correct. Also a Clint Eastwood film, what model of car was driven by TV Starsky and Hutch?
Gran Torino.
Correct. What politician famously took his first Instagram selfie with Barack Obama in April 2014?
Joe Biden.
Correct. In 1553, Lady Jane Grey was England's queen for 9 days before who took the throne?
Queen Elizabeth.
Mary Tudor. What constitutional amendment gives you the right not to incriminate yourself?
The Fifth Amendment.
Correct. Tom York sings about being a weirdo on what band's hit song Creep?
Radiohead.
Correct. In 2014, the St. Louis Rams made news by drafting what openly gay athlete?
Sam.
Correct. The amount of light given off by a light bulb is measured in what units?
Pass.
Lumens. What U.S. bridge provides a major artery between Marin County and San Francisco?
All right.
Golden Gate.
Nice, dude.
Your time starts now. Patrick Henry famously said, "Give me liberty or give me what?"
Death.
Correct. Named for a German physicist, what's the standard unit of electrical resistance?
Plank.
Ohm. What animals are mentioned in the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty?
Horses.
Correct. In 1979, what U.S. space station broke apart after re-entering Earth's atmosphere?
Columbia.
Skylab. Before being impeached in 2009, Rod Blagojevich was governor of what U.S. state?
Illinois.
Correct. The movie Footloose is set in a town that outlaws what physical activity?
Dancing.
Correct. In 2012, the world's largest aquarium opened in what Asian city-state?
Singapore.
Correct. Mohammad Reza inherited the throne and what title from his father in 1941?
Pass.
Shah. What U.S. holiday was originally known as Decoration Day?
Memorial Day.
Correct. Since 2001, what tennis grand slam has been played on 100% ryegrass courts?
Wimbledon.
Correct. In the mathematical constant pi, what digit comes after 3.14?
1.
Correct. In 1832, a woman named Candy Amaro.
All right.
Time starts now. What car rental company shares its name with a San Antonio mission?
Alamo.
Correct. The naked mole rat is native to what continent?
Africa.
Correct. In 2013, what city became the largest in U.S. history to file for bankruptcy?
Detroit.
Correct. Michael Jordan led the Chicago Bulls to how many total NBA championships?
5.
6. Dinosaurs roamed the earth during what geological era?
Paleozoic.
Mesozoic. What actor is the lead singer of the band 30 Seconds to Mars?
Jared Leto.
Correct. Investment banker Patrick Bateman narrates what 1991 novel by Bret Easton Ellis?
Pass.
American Psycho. In 1995, Shannon Faulkner became the first female cadet at what military college?
Citadel.
Correct. Who's the only U.S. president on Mount Rushmore wearing a coat?
Roosevelt.
George Washington. What bar syrup makes the Shirley Temple cocktail red?
Grenadine.
Correct. Freud's 3 parts of the personality are the ego, the superego, and the what?
Pass.
Id. Neil Clark Warren is the founder and TV spokesperson for what online dating site? Time is out. The correct answer was eHarmony.
Yes.
Your time starts now. Lindsey Vonn is a leading athlete in what sport?
Skiing.
Correct. If a man has the title of Earl, what title does his wife have?
Earl-S.
Countess. The Bill of Rights added how many total amendments to the U.S. Constitution?
26.
10. What former NBC sitcom focuses on a study group at a college called Greendale?
Community.
Correct. What Hemingway novel ends with the line, "Isn't it pretty to think so"?
Of Mice and Men.
The sun also rises. In area, what's the smallest U.S. state?
Rhode Island.
Correct. What Grammy-winning musician's real name is Ella Yelich O'Connor?
Yo-Yo Ma.
Lord. The ergonomic office chair called the Aeron is made by what company?
Spencer.
Herman Miller. In 1989, cartoonist Scott Adams debuted what comic strip?
Pogo.
Dilbert. The running of the bulls occurs at the Festival of San Fermin in what Spanish city?
Pamplona.
Correct. What's the Italian word for bow tie pasta?
Fusilli.
Farfalle. Ugh. Your time starts now. What Marvel superhero has an adamantium coating on his skeleton and claws?
Wolverine.
Correct. When it opened in 1989, the Rogers Center in Toronto was known by what name?
The Hockey Hall of Fame.
Skydome. The slogan, "Find God's match for you," appears on what dating site?
eHarmony.
Christian Mingle. The official Anne Frank house is located in what capital city?
Amsterdam.
Correct. What Chilean poet wrote 20 love poems and a song of despair?
Pablo Neruda.
Correct. By what professional name is gossip blogger Mario Lavandera better known?
Pass.
Perez Hilton. Phlebitis is an inflammation of what specific part of the circulatory system?
Lungs.
Vein. What Italian braised chicken dish is referred to as Hunter style?
Pass.
Chicken Cacciatore. Debuting in 2003, what Fox sitcom focused on the rich and dysfunctional Bluth family?
Arrested Development.
Correct. A stylized version of what animal appears in the logo of Qantas Airlines?
Kangaroo.
Correct. What state's residents are officially nicknamed Cornhuskers?
Nebraska.
Correct. The unit of measure called a femtometer is named for what physician? Enrico Fermi. Your time starts now. What Dickens novella ends with the words, "God bless us, everyone"?
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Carol. Announcing her pregnancy in 2014, what woman is married to Mark Mizvinsky?
Pass.
Chelsea Clinton. Fashion designer Steve Madden is most associated with what item of clothing?
Shoes.
Correct. A 2013 film from director Lee Daniels has what occupation in its title?
Pass.
Butler. In 1986, who became the first female president of the Philippines?
Marcos.
Corazon Aquino. Raised in New Orleans, what musician debuted as a judge on American Idol in 2014?
Pharrell.
Harry Connick Jr. What pickle company's mascot is a stork?
Vlasic.
Correct. Derek Gordon made news in 2014 as an openly gay basketball player for what college?
UCLA.
University of Massachusetts. 1,400 Cuban exiles tried to overthrow Castro in what 1961 landing?
Bay of Pigs.
Correct. What Wild West outlaw shares his name with the ex-husband of Sandra Bullock, Jesse James? Woo! Your time starts now. What motor lodge uses the slogan, "We'll leave the light on for you"?
Red Roofing.
Motel 6. Congressman Paul Ryan represents a district in what U.S. state?
New York.
Wisconsin. In 2013, what singer married Reba McEntire's stepson, Brandon Blackstock?
Pass.
Kelly Clarkson. The dried white meaty part of what fruit is called copra?
Pass.
Coconut. Most of the fighting in the Battle of Bunker Hill occurred on what nearby hill?
Pass.
Breeds Hill. In what movie does Joaquin Phoenix fall in love with his computer's operating system? Correct. In a mathematical proof, the symbol for therefore uses how many total dots?
3.
Correct. When first published, what 1847 novel was written under the pen name Currer Bell?
Pass.
Jane Eyre. What character in the comic strip Peanuts traveled in his own private dust storm?
Pigpen.
Correct. In the brand name Haagen-Dazs, the first A has what mark over it?
Umlaut.
Correct. What beast lives in grasslands and plains despite being called king of the jungle?
Lion.
Correct. Your time starts now. What board game takes you past Gumdrop Mountains and Lollipop
Candyland.
Woods? Correct. In 1911, what British designer outfitted the first successful South Pole expedition?
Brooks Brothers.
Burberry. What baseball pitcher threw his 7th major league no-hitter in 1991?
Pass.
Nolan Ryan. Russia annexed what region from Ukraine in 2014? Correct. What medical procedure employs a balloon inflated in arteries to clear a blockage?
Angioplasty.
Correct. Who released a 2014 hip-hop sequel to his hit song Achy Breaky Heart?
Cyrus.
Correct. Goldschlager is a brand of what flavor schnapps?
Cinnamon.
Correct. What civil rights group was formed on the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birthday?
NAACP.
Correct. What Australian actor stars as the owner of a boxing robot in 2011's Real Steel?
Jackman.
Correct. Named for a city in southern France, what's the French national anthem?
Marseille. Marseillaise.
Correct.
Marseille.
Yes, of the numbers 1 through 5, which comes first alphabetically?
5.
Correct. Your time starts now. In 2 movies since 2009, Robert Downey Jr. has played what British sleuth?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. The P in Adobe's PDF stands for what?
Post.
Portable. What's the capital of Michigan?
Lansing.
Correct. What bald comic strip character drawn by Tom Wilson first appeared in 1969?
Beetle Bailey.
Ziggy. The $3,000 Tata Nano automobile is manufactured in what Asian country?
Korea.
India. What band had a worldwide hit with the song Hey Soul Sister?
Gypsies.
Train.
Oh,
From 1987 to 2006, who was the chairman of the Federal Reserve?
Ginsburg.
Greenspan. Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos occupy the region once known as French what?
French. Indonesia.
Indochina. Who wrote the novels Star and Starstruck after starring on Baywatch?
David Hasselhoff.
Pamela Anderson. What vegetable comes in varieties such as serrano and banana?
But that's because of plantain.
Peppers. Your time starts now. What fruit comes in varieties like pippin and red delicious?
Apple.
Correct. What chemical company was founded in 1802 on the banks of the Brandywine?
Pass.
DuPont Company. What colorful singer's 2013 The Truth About Love tour was named for her album?
Pink.
Correct. What connective tissue comprises the skeletal system of sharks?
Cartilage.
Correct. On June 28, 2000, what 6-year-old boy did the U.S. force to return to Cuba?
Elian Gonzalez.
Correct. What's the tallest volcano in Washington State?
Rainier.
Correct. Until 2012, Click and Clack hosted what public radio show for 25 years?
Pass.
Car Talk. What was the name of Linda Hamilton's character in the Terminator film series?
Sarah Connor.
Correct. Max goes on a strange adventure in what 1963 kids book by Maurice Sendak?
Where the Wild Things Are.
Correct. What was the real first name of baseball great Babe Ruth?
Pass.
George. Guinness beer began with a 9,000-year lease on an unused brewery in what city?
Dublin.
Correct. Wax is used to create the design in what traditional Indonesian cloth dyeing method? Batik. What's the answer? Your time starts now. What Nabisco product uses the slogan Milk's favorite cookie?
Nilla wafers.
Oreo. Neither a solid, liquid, nor gas, lightning is considered to be what state of matter?
Electricity.
Plasma. Who wrote the 2002 hit song Your Body is a Wonderland?
John Mayer.
Correct. What Jewish festival is also called the Feast of Unleavened Bread?
Yom Kippur.
Passover. Who was the only U.S. president to win a Pulitzer Prize?
Barack Obama.
John F. Kennedy. Jeff Probst routinely says the tribe is spoken on what TV series?
Survivor.
Correct. What video game franchise has sequels subtitled Ghost and Black Ops 2?
Call of Duty.
Correct. What escaped slave wrote an autobiography, My Bondage and My Freedom?
Pass.
Frederick Douglass. On what New England campus is the Sloan School of Management located?
MIT.
Correct. On a car radio, what does the abbreviation FM stand for?
Frequency modulation.
Correct. From Earth, what's the brightest planet in our solar system?
Mars.
Venus! Your time starts now. Blake Griffin is famous for playing what sport?
Soccer?
Basketball. What female Russian leader founded St. Petersburg State Hermitage Museum in 1764?
Catherine the Great?
Correct. What Best Picture Oscar winner of 2013 was based on a memoir by Solomon Northup?
Pass.
12 Years a Slave. What capital city was built on the banks of the Vistula River?
Budapest?
Warsaw. French writer Marcel Proust wrote what famous 7-volume novel?
Remembrance of Things Past?
Correct. Katie Seagal plays a motorcycle mama on what FX TV show?
Oh, Sons of Anarchy.
Correct. Often served fried, what chicken part functions as an additional stomach?
Gizzard.
Correct. What South African political party celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2012?
AFC.
ANC. In a 1980s ad, what 15-year-old said nothing came between her and her Calvin Kleins?
Brooke Shields.
Correct. What satellite radio service was named for the dog star?
Sirius.
Correct. In the Wall Street abbreviation NYSE, the letter E stands for what word?
Exchange.
Correct. What is the grain-like seed of the goosefoot plant? Quinoa. Your time starts now. At age 88, what woman was the oldest person to host Saturday Night Live?
Betty White.
Correct. Related to ginger, what spice gives Indian curry its yellow color?
Pass.
Turmeric. In what 1996 film does Adam Sandler star as a bad hockey player who switches to golf?
Happy Gilmore.
Correct. What's the first name of the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II?
Pass.
Anne. What holiday was started in 1872 by a future U.S. Secretary of Agriculture?
Thanksgiving.
Arbor Day. What musical brothers launched a beer brand named Hops?
Hanson.
Correct. St. John, St. Thomas, and St. Croix are all part of what U.S. island chain?
The U.S. Virgin Islands.
Correct. What members of the antelope family are known as the clowns of the savannah?
Zebras.
Wildebeest. The movie Clueless was based on the novel Emma by what author?
Jane Austen.
Correct. What Dutch painter shares his name with a tooth whitening system?
Rembrandt.
Correct. In what outdoor game is the best play called a ringer?
Horseshoe.
Correct. Where in the body are the central fovea and choroid found?
Eyes.
Correct. Yeah! Your time starts now. In the movie Top Gun, what actor played Maverick?
Tom Cruise.
Correct. What 1992 skater became the first Asian American woman?
Yamaguchi.
Correct. What's the last month of the year with exactly 30 days?
November.
Correct. Known for his hats, what singer's pop hits include I'm Yours and I Won't
Bruno
Give Up?
Mars.
Jason Mraz. What beat poet's writing was declared not
Ginsberg.
obscene? Correct. Ocular tonometry is a pressure test that screens for what medical
Glaucoma.
condition? Correct. Near the start of the Civil War, what state was the first to secede from
South
the
Carolina.
Union? Correct. In math, an exclamation point after a number is a symbol of
Factorial.
what function? Correct. Edgar Degas was prominent in what art movement?
Impressionism.
Correct. What 80s Kevin Costner film is known for the line, if you build it, he will come?
Field of Dreams.
Correct. Andy Samberg's TV comedy is set in the 9-9 precinct of what New York
Brooklyn.
borough? Correct. Who was the first U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice?
John Jay.
Correct. What Yankees baseball star is nicknamed A-Rod?
Alex Rodriguez.
Correct. Since his death in 2013, whose wife Chaz writes a blog on his movie review website?
Pass.
Ebert. Your time starts now. Superstar Mia Hamm won Olympic gold medals in what sport?
Soccer.
Correct. In 2014, what state became the first in the nation to allow recreational pot stores?
Colorado.
Correct. In May 2014, what American Idol star won a congressional primary in North Carolina?
Clay Aiken.
Correct. The Amazon River flows into what ocean?
Cantaloupe.
Atlantic. What 2013 blockbuster takes place in the fictional kingdom of Arendelle?
Lord of the Rings.
Frozen. In what sport did taking a mulligan originate?
Golf.
Correct. In the 2009 film Avatar, what actor plays the hero Jake Sully?
Sam Worthington.
Correct. What hip-hop group had a 1986 song called You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party?
Beastie Boys.
Correct. What insurance company features a talking pig named Maxwell in its TV ads?
Geico.
Correct. How many total white stripes are on the current U.S. flag?
7.
6. So close on TV cable.
I got nervous. You went like that.
You got that.
Your time starts now. What popular activist, singer, and actor wrote a 2011 autobiography called My Song?
Harry Belafonte.
Correct. In a 2014 film, Angelina Jolie stars as what evil sleeping beauty fairy?
Pass.
Maleficent. What CNN newsman is the son of fashion designer Gloria Vanderbilt?
Anderson Cooper.
Correct. Leaves of 3, Let It Be is a rhyme about avoiding what itch-causing plant?
Pass.
Poison ivy. In May 2014, what band released its latest album, Ghost Stories?
Coldplay.
Correct. According to the Dr. Seuss book title, what kind of animal is Yertle?
Pass.
Turtle. What actor stars as the title character in the 2010 film The Book of Eli?
Denzel Washington.
Correct. Begun in 1173, what 8-story Italian building took 200 years to complete?
Tower Pisa.
Correct. What credit card company's commercials ask, what's in your wallet? Capital One. Your time starts now. Heirloom, Roma, and beefsteak are all types of what food?
Tomatoes.
Correct. What U.S. First Lady's drug awareness campaign used the slogan, just say no?
Nancy Reagan.
Correct. In what classic 1971 film did Gene Hackman first play Detective Popeye Doyle?
That would be French Connection.
Correct. The U.S. paid France $15 million for what 1803 land deal?
The Louisiana Purchase.
Correct. Published in 1915, who wrote the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock?
Thomas Stearns Eliot.
Correct. What actor and founder of the Sundance Film Festival played the Sundance
Robert
Kid?
Redford.
Correct. What 2001 bestseller about American restaurant chains was written by Eric Schlosser?
Fast Food Nation.
Correct. Woods Hole and Mashpee are towns on what hook-shaped Massachusetts peninsula?
Cape Cod.
Correct. In what 1998 movie does Jeff Bridges play a character called the Dude?
Big Lebowski.
Correct. What species of dinosaur is the purple TV character Barney supposed to be?
He is a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Correct. Before he turned to acting, who headed up hip-hop group called Funky Bunch?
Oh, Marky Mark.
Wahlberg.
Did I get it?
Yes, we're giving it to you! Your time starts now. What armored truck company started in 1859 with just a horse-drawn wagon?
Wells Fargo.
Brinks. The streets of Washington, D.C. were laid out by what French architect?
Pass.
Pierre L'Enfant. Who won a Best Actress Oscar for the movie Silver Linings Playbook?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Correct. What British singer-songwriter was born Declan McManus in 1954?
Elvis Costello.
Correct. Invented in 1893, what popular soda was originally called Brad's drink?
Coca-Cola.
Pepsi. What magazine's back page features a bullseye of pop culture hits and misses?
Time.
Entertainment Weekly. Who's the only American president to become a U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice?
Nixon.
William Howard Taft. Who created the comic strip Garfield?
Chester.
Jim Davis. Established in the 1920s, what's the name of the principal U.S. base in Antarctica?
Williamsburg.
Little America. Chicago's Willis Tower was once named for what retailer?
Sears.
Correct. What development stage of a mosquito comes between larva and adult?
Pupa.
Correct. What's the largest Scottish lake in surface area?
Loch Ness.
Oh, Loch Lomond. Your time starts now. In the lyrics of the song Oh Susanna, the banjo's on what body part?
The knee.
Correct. Who directed the 2010 movie The Social Network?
Pass.
David Fincher. What green gem is the birthstone of people born in May?
Emerald.
Correct. Who created the TV singing competition The X Factor?
Simon Cowell.
Correct. What's the common name for the disease variola?
Something related to the skin.
Smallpox. In the 60s, what basketball legend scored 100 points in a single game?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Correct. The kids' book Propeller One-Way Night Coach was written by what actor and pilot?
John Travolta.
Correct. What Israeli prime minister is known by the nickname Bibi?
Oh. It's not my year. I don't know. I can't remember.
Netanyahu. What website premiered the 2007 video The Landlord about a toddler named Pearl?
Funny or Die.
Correct. George Washington's estate Mount Vernon overlooks what river?
Hudson.
Potomac. What's the two-word motto for both the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts?
Truth.
Ah! Be prepared! Your time starts now. In Greek mythology, the Sphinx has a human head in what animal's body?
Lion.
Correct. Norville Rogers is the real name of what crime-fighting cartoon character?
I don't know.
Shaggy. Tim Curry plays a transvestite named Frankenfurter in what 1975 picture show?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Correct. In the theater, what salesman has two sons named Biff and Happy?
Willie Loman.
Correct. What mid-20th century rebel movement began among the Kikuyu people of Kenya?
Pass.
Mau Mau. What's the first name of Kate Middleton's sister?
Pass.
Pippa. The role of crossbow-carrying Daryl Dixon was created for what comic-based TV series?
Pass.
The Walking Dead. What 19th century author wrote The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation?
Thomas Hobbes.
Henry David Thoreau. What weapons are made by a Fletcher?
Arrows.
Correct. What Utah school is the largest religious university in the country?
Bob Jones University.
Brigham Young University. What beans are typically boiled, drained, and salted in the Japanese dish edamame?
Soybeans.
Correct. Who became a chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve in 2006?
Don't know.
Ben Bernanke. Okay. Your time starts now. The Hague is the seat of government of what country?
The Netherlands.
Correct. The French company Carmot produces what artificial organ?
Hearts.
Correct. What day of the week has exactly 7 letters in its name?
Thursday.
Tuesday. Who designed the 2014 Olympic sweaters for Team USA?
Ralph Lauren.
Correct. Composer Franz Liszt was one of the world's masters of what instrument?
The trombone.
Piano. What classic television character came from the planet Melmac?
Marvin the Martian.
Alf. Which actor who played a member of Spinal Tap is married to Jamie Lee Curtis?
Christopher Guest.
Correct. What U.S. prize medal features a man at a printing press?
Gold medal.
Pulitzer Prize. What line of dolls introduced a homeless character named Gwen?
American Doll.
American Girl. The 2014 Veronica Mars movie raised over $5 million via what crowdfunding
Kickstarter.
website? Correct. On what peninsula is Portugal located?
Pass.
Iberian. When asked the reason to climb Mount Everest, who famously said because it's there?
Pearson.
George Mallory. On the TV show Breaking Bad, Walter White taught what high school subject? Chemistry. Your time starts now. The website of what TV host's talk show is teamcoco.com.
Conan O'Brien.
Correct. What 60s political activist wrote Steal This Book?
Pass.
Abby Hoffman. What country superstars' hits include Friends in Low Places?
Toby Keith.
Garth Brooks. In what human organ would you find the corpus callosum?
Brain.
Correct. In 2013, who became director of the CIA?
Gates.
John Brennan. In modern slang, what does the term YOLO mean?
You only live once.
Correct. Founded in 1864, what insurance company has an umbrella in its logo?
Progressive.
Travelers. What newspaper gives out New York Theater's annual Obie Awards?
Pass.
The Village Voice. Before Jon Stewart took over in 1999,
Craig
who hosted
Kilborn.
the Daily Show? Correct. Mathematicians celebrate Pi Day on the 14th of what month?
March.
Correct. What soul singer was famously backed by the Pips?
Gladys Knight.
Correct. The Pony Express ran between Northern California and what Missouri city?
St. Louis.
St. Joseph. The winner of the Indianapolis 500 traditionally drinks what beverage?
Milk.
Correct. What British royal was the title Duke of Cornwall? Your time starts now. What former American Idol judge is the lead singer of Aerosmith?
Steven Tyler.
Correct. Who was the first person to swim from Cuba to Florida without using a shark cage?
Pass.
Diana Nyad. What animated Disney film features a skunk named Flower?
Snow White.
Bambi. What U.S. First Lady was born Claudia Alta Taylor?
Pass.
Lady Bird Johnson. What bearded Russian was known as the Mad Monk?
Rasputin.
Correct. In a 1986 TV special, Geraldo Rivera opened what gangster's secret vault?
Capone.
Correct. What author wrote the 1974 bestseller Jaws?
Benchley.
Correct. The uncle of actor Jason Sudeikis played what character on the sitcom Cheers?
Stan.
Norm. What awards are given out by the NAACP specifically to celebrate people of color in the arts?
Singarn.
Image Awards. What's the best-selling variety of Girl Scout cookies?
Do-si-do.
Thin Mints. Thin Mints. Your time starts now. In 2014, Stephen Colbert was named the successor to what retiring late-night host?
David Letterman.
Correct. In 2013, what pioneering White House journalist died just before her 93rd birthday?
Pass.
Helen Thomas. A traditional Reuben sandwich uses what bread?
Rye.
Correct. What Hunger Games actor had a hit with the song American Woman?
Lenny Kravitz.
Correct. The first mother-in-law of Henry VIII was what Spanish queen?
Catherine of Aragon.
Isabella. The French Open is the only Grand Slam tennis tournament played on what surface?
Clay.
Correct. Who wrote the children's book The Giving Tree?
Shel Silverstein.
Correct. In humans, what bundle of boneless muscle is most similar to an elephant's trunk?
The nose.
Tongue. From 1981 to 2011, who served as president of Egypt?
No idea.
Hosni Mubarak. Born Lassane Parish Crooks, what rapper is known for his feud with Notorious B.I.G.?
Tupac.
Tupac, correct. In Disney Snow White, what dwarf has the fewest letters in his name? Doc. Oh, right at the buzzer. Your time starts now. The symbol for infinity resembles what number on its side?
8.
Correct. What U.S. president's administration has been called the era of good feelings?
Carter.
James Monroe. The charitable website 6degrees.org was started by what performer?
Kevin Bacon.
Correct. The Texas state flower shares its name with what brand of margarine?
Pass.
Bluebonnet. What French painter created the famous 1890s art series The Card Players?
Pass.
Paul Cézanne. On the New York Stock Exchange, what shipping company's acronym is FDX?
FedEx.
Correct. Sean Penn's movie character Jeff Spicoli attended what high school?
Ridgemont High.
Correct. What international group of physicians won a 1999 Nobel Peace Prize?
Pass.
Doctors Without Borders. In 1937, what camera corporation was founded by Edwin Land?
Polaroid.
Correct. The Red Mendelssohn is a violin made by what 18th century Italian craftsman?
Stradivari.
Correct. Klondike, Spider, and Free Cell are all varieties of what solo card game?
Solitaire.
Correct. Adding ice to what clear Greek liqueur turns it white?
Uzo.
Oh, I love that you knew that.
Good job.
Unfortunately, it was right after the buzzer. Your time starts now. In 2012, what actress got engaged to Brad Pitt?
Angelina Jolie.
Correct. What architect is best known for a New Canaan, Connecticut glass house built in 1949?
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Philip Johnson. What former Disney star had a 2013 hit with the song Come and Get It?
Pass.
Selena Gomez, who allegedly said, I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country.
Pass.
Nathan Hale. The name of the candy Pez comes from the German word for what?
Pass.
Peppermint. What founder of pop art appeared as himself on The Love Boat?
Andy Warhol.
Correct. What noted feminist lawyer wrote a biography of Marilyn Monroe in 1988?
Pass.
Gloria Steinem. A scale and a key comprise the seal of what U.S. Cabinet Department?
Pass.
Treasury. Which of the world's continents is last alphabetically?
South America.
Correct. The two types of 17th century telescopes still in use today are reflecting and what?
Convective.
Refracting. In 2014, you replaced.
Yeah.
Your time starts now. The Mona Lisa is displayed in what Paris museum?
The Louvre.
Correct. What website founded in 2005 calls itself the front page of the internet?
Huffington Post.
Reddit. The Roots are the house band for what late night talk
Late
show
Night Jimmy
host?
Fallon.
Correct. Non-expanding recreational foam is better known as what toy brand?
Gel, I don't know.
Nerf. Alphabetically, what day of the week comes first?
Tuesday.
Friday. The holoku is the formal version of what loose-fitting Hawaiian dress?
Lay.
Muumuu. Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig star in what raunchy comedy of 2011?
Bridesmaids.
Correct. In 1781, philosopher Immanuel Kant wrote the influential Critique of Pure what?
Capitalism.
Reason. What king from the House of Angevin signed the Magna Carta in 1215?
King John.
Correct. In what winter sport did Olympic athlete Peekaboo Street participate?
Downhill skiing.
Correct. What casino game gets its name from the French word for little wheel?
Blackjack. Roulette.
Yes! Roulette! Wow, right at the buzzer. Your time starts now. What sports tournament for college teams is called March Madness?
Basketball, NCAA.
Correct. The king and queen of what country live in Drottningholm Palace?
Netherlands?
Sweden. In what 2001 film does Reese Witherspoon play Harvard law student Elle Woods?
Legally Blonde.
Correct. British Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson died in what 1805 battle?
Pass.
Trafalgar. What national organization's motto is because freedom can't protect itself?
NATO?
ACLU. What coach from the TV show The Voice is married to singer Miranda Lambert?
Blake Shelton.
Correct. OnStar is an in-vehicle safety system owned by what U.S.
GM.
automaker? Correct. In what state is Glacier National Park located?
Alaska?
Montana. Barack Obama appeared on a web series Between Two Ferns hosted by
Zach
who?
Galifianakis.
Correct. If it's 3 p.m. in Chicago, Illinois, what time is it in Seattle, Washington?
It is 1 p.m.
Correct. Native to Japan, the Nelly White is the most familiar variety of what
Sake?
Easter flower? Lily. In a standard game of Stratego, what's the only piece that can defuse a bomb? The answer is the minor. Your time starts now. What element shares its name with the home planet of Superman?
Krypton.
Correct. Of the literary Bronte sisters, who was the youngest?
Charlotte.
Anne. Rapper Armando Perez is better known by what canine nickname?
Pass.
Pitbull. In math, a vector is any quantity that has both size and what?
Speed.
Direction. What 29-year-old was elected U.S. Senator from Delaware in 1972?
Biden.
Correct. What delicate ornamental fabric is Chantilly, France famous for making?
Lace.
Correct. What annual sporting event is called the greatest spectacle in racing?
Kentucky Derby.
Indianapolis 500. In the labor union name AFL-CIO, what does the C stand for?
Committee.
Congress. Sofia Vergara and her character on Modern Family both hail from what country?
Colombia.
Correct. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G are all types of what disease that causes inflammation of the liver?
Hepatitis.
Correct. Yeah.